So now we're going to look at the future, right, and identify the goals that we're setting and how we align it to values. So we've talked about the purpose, our purpose in life. Now what we want to do is we want to align meaning to life's purpose. When you think about achievement, something that you've achieved and you felt that sense of purpose or sense of achievement, generally that means that it's aligned to a value in your life. So first of all, I want you to consider, what do these people that I'm about to show you have in common? Oskar Schindler. Now, if you know the story of Schindler's List, it was back through the Nazi campaign, and Oskar Schindler was an industrialist. And what he did, even though he was a Nazi, he actually employed a lot of Jews to stop them from dying. Right? So he really was a saviour to a lot of Jewish people. Then we have Mahatma Gandhi. You know, a lot of the quotes that I've even used throughout this course have come from him. Right? He's a man with a very soft, kind heart. And his life was about bringing peace. He grew up in India through a time, this revolution time, and he wanted to bring peace through his faith. And then we have Mother Teresa. And Mother Teresa is a nun who started the assembly of missionary in Calcutta. So her life was all about helping those underprivileged people. It was about setting up orphanages, hospices, where people with AIDS, where people that didn't have any money. And over in India, if you really could see the standard of living over there, it is gut-wrenching, to see how so many people live. She had a heart for compassion. Right? She had a heart for giving. So what's the similarity here? Right? Each of these people that we talked about had a humanitarian type of outlook on life. Right? They, instead of being inner-focused, they were outward-focused. Instead of focusing on themselves and material possessions, like we talked about last module, about the hedonic treadmill of success and gaining those material possessions. Instead of their focus being inward, their focus was outward. They focused on helping others. That's the key. They were giving meaningful contributions towards humanity. They were giving of themselves rather than pursuing personal happiness and success. And you know, the question has been posed, should we, in this society, should we be encouraging our children towards doing more, contributing to humanity? Should we be doing more? Or should we be still allowing them to pursue this happiness through materialism? You know, it's a question that everyone needs to ask, and there's no right or wrong depending on your personal belief systems. But it is something to ponder, because it is about giving that can make a big difference to our lives. And random acts of kindness is a concept that has been brought into positive psychology. But it's a concept used everywhere. If you Google it, there are some amazing sites about people that are doing these random acts of kindness. Because what they're finding is that it's through the doing, it's through giving to others that you get the deepest sense of satisfaction. Right? It's nice to do something for someone else, and it's lovely to see their response. Right? And most people, when they've been blessed, if they've had something given to them or helped out or some random act of kindness bestowed on them, they feel good. But it's the person that actually has done that act of kindness that actually gets the most benefit from it. And that's what research is showing. So Wong, who is a researcher, and he actually builds on Viktor Frankl's logotherapy. He talks about when you're pursuing personal happiness and success through materialism. He says those who pursue money, power and wealth seem to only achieve a shallow life at best. And through life you'll hear this. some of the most rich people within Australia have actually come across and said that really, by the end of life, they found that family, love, and health were the three most important things in life. And yet they pursued wealth. So the question here is that, for you to ponder is it selfish to not contribute towards humanity? Right? As I said, there's no right or wrong, but I want you to be thinking about that. Now, Dr. Wong actually has, through his research, has actually found that we have 4 different ways of being, or the senses of contentment in life. And it is all about whether we have a good sense of fulfillment in life through meaning, or whether there's a sense of emptiness. Right? So let me explain this little figure that he has created here. So what he's saying is, for these people that aspire to success and achieve it, but have a sense of emptiness in their life, tend to have a very shallow life. Right? They don't feel, it's very self-centred, I suppose you could say. That's a shallow life. For those who have that sense of emptiness because life has been a constant failure, right? They just haven't achieved. They haven't been able to achieve, or it's just been the way life is. So if their life feels like it's been a sense of failure and they're empty, then they feel that they've had a wasted life. Right? They have just wasted life. Now let's change the balance here a little bit. Let's think about people who actually bring meaning into what they're achieving. All right? So a meaning and fulfillment, a little bit like what we're talking about with humanity, about giving. Right? So people that succeed in life, if they have a successful life and they've aligned that success to meaning, to purpose, to their values, then he's found that they have an ideal life. Right? They're loving life. It's an ideal situation to be in. Now, on the other quadrant, what we actually see is that if you give a lot of yourself, right, so you're giving into what you're doing, but you feel that life's been a failure, that you haven't achieved, then those people can feel that it's been a sacrificial life. So you can see there's 4 different ways of being in regards to it. Of course, ideally, we all want to have an ideal life. So how do we get that? It's about aiming towards something and aligning meaning to it. That will give you this ideal life.